I'm just gonna start drinking a boatload of water. And if I'm going to drink a boatload of water, I better drink a boatload of good water. So I'm like,
Good
yes, I'm
you.
bougie. I'm drinking
Only the best stuff
Saratoga.
goes in
All
Dan's
the best
mouth.
for
Yeah.
you.
On this episode of Three Tool Players, the Hammer Brothers go to the All-Star Game festivities in Philadelphia and come back with some notes for Mets fans from an old Phillies fan. Brian puts a PSA out there for men and kidney stones, and we bring back a favorite from last year, pitting the Hammer Brothers against each other in an all-star trivia contest for the last slice of pizza. All this and more on this episode of Three Tool Players. Welcome to Three Tool Players. I'm Chris Spear. Alongside me, as always, are the Hammer Brothers, Brian and Dan Hammer. Say hello to the internet's fellas.
Hello to the internet's fellas.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Hey, you guys got a chance to go to the All-Star Game activities in the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Dan, you went to both sets of activities, right? You went to the Home Run Derby and the game, and I think both of the Hammer Brothers attended the game. What were your impressions of how Philly did? What did you think about the whole thing?
Well, I mean, Citizens Bank Park is the best stadium in MLB. So
Okay.
obviously they're going to put on
Slow
a
Okay,
down.
slow
great
down.
show.
Slow down.
man.
Slow
Oh,
down.
what a performance.
Fenway
I
Park
know.
would like to enter the chat. Wrigley
Yeah.
would like to enter the chat. But okay.
Well,
I'll put top
Notice
10.
how
Top 10.
notice how you didn't say your stadium, Spear, and I didn't say mine, right? Those are realistic. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Top 10 for sure. Top 10 for sure. I don't want to take
well,
anything away from Philly, though.
here's
No,
the
we don't.
thing. Since it was the 250th year anniversary of America,
America.
Merca. Merca.
it seemed like it was extremely commercialized. And
Wait.
so,
You're saying Uncle Sam sold out?
damn right.
Where the Phillies sold out to Uncle Sam? How dare
It-
you, sir? That's what
it-
America's all about.
Yeah, it's all
Capitalism,
about
baby.
But you know what? I
patriotism.
mean, like it was a fun time, but I can tell you that the crowds here in comparison to any other All-Star event that I went to, this one was by far the biggest.
So a lot more engagement and
Yes.
excitement, and Philly is just going to show up as
Hmm.
Philly does. So, in terms of what Dan experienced with the Village, I did not go to the Village. I did not go to the Home Run Derby, but I got to go to the All-Star Game. This was my second All-Star Game. I got to say that in terms of pageantry, I think MLB did a fabulous job. I mean,
Absolutely.
from everything from Patti LaBelle, starting off with the national anthem. They had Boys to Men singing,
J
during,
HUD.
yeah. So we had some really great stuff. We had parachuters coming in from out of the sky right after the
It
after
was
the fighter
insane.
jets went over. It was
Yeah.
just, it was absolutely like great, and looking around the stadium, Dan and I were able to kind of count out just about every team's representation, people wearing different jerseys, San Diego. In fact, I saw a guy walking around with an old school Expos shirt. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's a way back. I like that guy very much. It was a good vibe all around. Everybody was in pretty good spirits. Lil Hammer, however, he was quick to jump the gun before the game started. And he says, I don't know how these American leaguers are even going to keep up with the National Leaguers because we have so much marquee just
Whoops.
salesmanship here, right? And you got a bunch of nobodies sitting over there in the American League dugout. Well, as we've seen the dust settle and you see 75% of the offense coming from New York Yankees, as well as the MVP in Cody Bellinger, nothing delighted me more.
There was one other thing that you didn't mention about the activities that MLB did, and there was one that stood out to me. I'm surprised that you didn't say it. They did like a Sandlot theme, and they had
The kids running around the bases with
kids
the
running around.
players.
No, it's not
With the
kids running around.
bikes.
With the
So
bikes, right? With
with the
bikes.
bikes, they brought the bikes out from like, from out of like the stadium. They opened up the doors and like you see kids riding their bikes in. The thing is, I read up on it today. Brandon Marsh like was losing it out in right field because growing up in Georgia, Sandlot was his favorite movie growing up. It struck a chord with him. And I was like, that's awesome because all of us, we're all little kids watching this game, even though we're in our 40s and stuff like that. It's still it's a kids game, and we love it because we grew up with it.
Yeah, I gotta say, Dan, I agree. And one thing that also struck a chord with me during that segment with the kids riding
Hmm.
their bikes in was just the tire tracks and trails they were leaving on the outfield grass. And I just
Hmm.
thought of our father, Al Hammer. And if you don't know this about Al Hammer, you do need to know this. You're not allowed to walk on Al Hammer's front lawn because the front lawn is for looking and the backyard is for playing. That's what we grew up on. And I'll never forget the time my buddy Tony stopped by to hang out with us. And my dad was hanging out by like a tree, like, doing some pruning and doing some like landscaping work.
Yeah, it was like literally right after he like mowed the lawn too.
Yeah. And he mowed the lawn. And my buddy Tony's like, "Hey, Mr. Hammer." And he walked maybe like 20 feet, onto the lawn. My dad goes, "What the hell you think you're doing?" And all of a sudden, my buddy Tony like freezes. He's like, what did I do?" He's like, "Get off my damn lawn." Right. Like in old man fashion. And my buddy Tony, he's like, "Right, sorry, sir." And he looks around and there's nothing but a sea of green that surrounds him. So all he's doing is taking these large, awkward steps back to the curb to make sure that he's not touching as much as he can. So that story, that memory comes back to me in this whole like kids on bikes riding on the lawn out in right field. So Al Hammer, we thought of you, and yes, I did too. Get a little misty eyed.
Other than that, I mean, like the home run derby, if you guys watched it, I know you guys were watching it on Netflix and it was kind of shoddy, but whenever an opponent was up that was not a Philly, they were booed.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
we heard
matter.
that.
As
Don't
one
worry
does.
about
No, we heard
it.
plenty
We
of
heard
that.
it.
We heard plenty
We
of
heard
booze
plenty.
then. We heard plenty of booze during
Yeah,
the All-Star game, Dan. Like that's just your brand, okay? In
I know.
Philadelphia. That is
And
your brand.
it's a game. We're all kids. We're all watching it. We all have our own fandoms. Just respect your fellow man. That's all it is.
Wait a second, Dan. Let's take a step back from that comment because we happened to run into one such fan last evening.
Oh, are we talking
Um,
about the All-Star game? Yes,
yes,
indeed.
this wonderful, wonderful, quaint little old lady.
Oh, she was a
Uh,
breath of fresh air, but
He
mind you,
certainly
super
was just
nice.
so into the game, such a staunch Phillies fan, and mind you, the garb that we adorned was fantastic. Dan was wearing, he's wearing all Phillies gear. I was being very respectful last evening. I was wearing a Phillies hat, but I was wearing my Yankees Hawaiian shirt. I looked over to this little old lady to my right. And she says, "Oh, you're a Yankees fan. Ah, well, I don't mind Yankees fans. Just as long as you're not a Mets fan. I understand me." And I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have more to say about this?" In fact, Dan, I think, got a recording.
You got a clip of this? All right,
Yeah.
hold on. All right,
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
The Mets are the most ignorant fans around.
Yeah, you hear?
Even stand to be around them. I sell my tickets so that I don't have to be.
You heard it here.
What do you think, Spear?
Ignorant.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Mets fans are ignorant.
indeed.
Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
So a couple things. First of all, Mets fans are not ignorant, and I would like to take a 20-question general baseball knowledge quiz with this woman any day of the week. All right, let's get after it. All right,
Okay.
let's go. You find her wherever she is. You bring her to me, and let's sit down and let's get after this. And second of all, why are you picking on Met fans? Honest to God,
I wasn't picking on Mets
No,
fans.
this
We
lady.
just happened to sit next to this lady.
this
It was
lady.
so-
Why is she picking on Mets fans? It's not like we have anything to root for right about now. We haven't had anything to root for in a while. We lucked
You
into
didn't root-
24. We lucked into 24. Let's not get carried away here, right? So not much to root for. Take it easy, you old biddy from South Philly. Take it
So-
easy. I don't know what Met fan like urinated in her coffee. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Can't speak to it. Okay. But I am used to being disrespected by Phillies fans. This is not news to me. Phillies fans of all ages don't like Mets fans of all ages, so that's fine. But to say we're ignorant That's what's ignorant, to tell
Oh
you the
man,
truth, boys.
she had plenty to say,
I'm
Spear.
sure she
Plenty.
did. I'm
Oh,
sure she did.
she was just a pistol, and I was like, oh, I'm here for it. You know.
Yeah.
20 questions. Right, 20 baseball knowledge questions right now. Sign her up, go get her, bring her back.
All right.
I don't know who peed in her coffee. Like, I'd love to know.
Oh,
I'd love to know.
uh,
Speaking of peeing in someone's coffee or urinating in someone's coffee, we haven't had a podcast in a few weeks because someone was having a little bit of trouble in that neck of the woods.
oh, hey, look. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell everybody this. Kidney stones are not to be trifled with. Kidney stones are absolutely no joke. I'm going to tell you the truth. It got me thinking about baseball players and how tough they are. Are there any high profile kidney stone players out there that have experienced the mere childbirth that one does when they get through a kidney stone? I decided, you know what? Since I'm going through this agony, I'm sure there's some other quality athletes like myself that went through the same. And
Oh,
Did
quality
you just
athlete
call
like
yourself a
yourself.
quality
Hold
athlete?
on.
I certainly
Wait a
did.
Oh my
second.
God.
You understand
Whoa.
me? Like, you have no idea just how
Oh
gifted I
my
am in so
God.
many
Carry
athletic
on.
prowesses. I got a few examples. I'm not going to bore the listeners, but I'll give you a couple that are fun to do. This one is actually really the most intriguing to me, and just gives you the tough guy like award for the century. Is Miguel Olivo. He was with the Colorado Rockies, a catcher. He passed a kidney stone in the bathroom in the adjacent dugout during the eighth inning of a game.
Oh, get
And
out of here.
he
Was
fired one
catching.
out.
He
He
was
was catching in a game. And he went back, and he already had a history of this stuff anyway. He tell people afterwards. But he goes in eighth inning. He rocks this stone right out, comes back after pain, and he said, felt like nothing at all happened to me. He's like, I go right back to normal the second it happens. He straps on his gear and he catches the game. And fun fact, he also got a base hit afterwards.
Get
So
out of
like,
here.
this guy is nothing but legend. Absolutely nothing but legend.
That's a
So,
beast of a man right there.
well,
That's right.
not only beast of a man, but he rocked out, a Colorado kidney Rocky. See what I did there?
Oh,
No.
terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
take a lap.
Terrible.
Well, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, last but not least, and I thought this one's for you, for my boy Spear. You'll like this one, right? Good old Raymond Knight,
Ray
1987.
Knight. Third baseman Ray Knight.
Third baseman Ray Knight, 86 World Series MVP. He went across to the Pickles Pub Brigade in Baltimore.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, during routine spring training workout, he went down for an x-ray and famously revealed that he was carrying 25 kidney stones.
Holy
Good
cow.
Simultaneously.
Lord.
Think about that. You're sitting there and you're holding like 25 of these little bastards that are just there, that are jagged, that just want to make you just look up at God and pray that this is all over soon. When I was going through mine, I got to tell you the truth, guys. Like, I couldn't like put two words together. This was agony. And to have Ray Knight be carrying 25 of these just, ugh. That just says a lot about this man's like resolve and toughness. So,
Like,
Baseball
what was
players
this-
were built differently in the 80s, man.
and you think about athletes, right? Athletes are going through high protein diets, and they have a lot of sodium sometimes for those electrolytes and some of those sport drinks. So it's not uncommon actually for players to develop kidney stones along the way. But now you have dietitians that are sitting there saying, hey, look, we got to cut you back on sodium. Yes, we got to keep the protein going to keep your workouts going. But good God, stay clear of those kidney stones, gentlemen.
Nobody in the 80s had dietitians.
No.
Like the 86
No.
Mets did not have dietitians. The 86 Mets had drug dealers.
Yeah.
So even if they had a kidney stone, they wouldn't feel it. They just pop
Yeah.
another amphetamine and keep going.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
they did a couple lines and they're like, oh, kidney stones? No, I'm good.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
and they would just run it out because activity will, knock that little bugger out too. So
Holy cow.
So all long way of saying this, kidney stones, they're not to be trifled with, and they have to make their journey.
Well, there's a little PSA right there from the Three Tool Players podcast. Stay hydrated, everybody.
Yeah.
One of the other things I really liked about our All-Star festivities last year was when we did a little bit of All-Star trivia, and I pitted the two of you against each other for Hammer Brother supremacy. I'm going to do that once again.
Oh God!
Are
You're
we
gonna do some
doing
more
all?
softball questions for little brother? Okay, what color's the sky?
This year, the winner of this year's All-Star Trivia Extravaganza will get the last slice of Papa's Pizza.
All right, sounds good to
I
me.
enjoy
You earn the
Papa's Pizza.
rights. You earn the rights to the last slice of Papa's Pizza. So this one's got stakes this time. This time it counts.
Oh, I see what you did there.
By virtue of his loss last year, Brian gets the honor of going first.
What do you
Brian gets the
mean
honor.
loss?
My
I thought there was multiple than just one
Actually,
loss.
that's true. He lost twice.
Yeah, because both games were rigged.
I
All right.
didn't want to rub additional salt into the wound, but good
Yeah.
job, Daniel.
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
out. I have kidney stones, damn it. Talking about salt.
Here we go. The first round of All-Star Trivia is worth 100 points. Brian, the first question is for you. At the 2011 Home Run Derby, what Yankee won the title with his father, Jose, serving as his personal Home Run Derby pitcher?
That would be in Robinson Cano.
Robinson Cano is correct
Boom.
for 100 points.
All right. And see, this is what you do. You lull me into a false sense of like security and hope, and then you kidney punch me. Well, actually, in these times, you probably should because it'll help me with my kidney
Yeah,
stone.
it might
passage.
actually break some stuff up.
Right.
Next question's for you, Daniel. Which homegrown Phillies left-hander represented Philadelphia on back-to-back National League All-Star pitching staffs in 2011 and 2012?
Ooh, God, they had so many pitchers. I'm gonna have to stick with the name Roy Halladay.
No, sorry. The answer is Cole Hamels.
Is it Roy? Oh, God.
Next question's for Brian. What pitcher has the most All-Star saves with 4?
That's Mariano Rivera.
Correct.
Of course.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have all the layups here. Those are easy questions.
Those were
Daniel,
not easy. The
Daniel-
first one was tough.
Daniel, at the 2010 Midsummer Classic, the National League famously snapped a brutal 13-game winless streak by defeating the American League 3-1. Who was the skipper that led the NL squad to that historic drought-breaking victory?
I would have to say Charlie Manuel.
Charlie Manuel is correct.
There you go.
Yep.
That's right.
All right, those were the layups, Dan.
I'm like those. Yeah, I'm like that. That's an
And he
easy
bricked one.
Those are the,
I know. Yep, totally bricked it.
those are the layups,
Hey,
buddy.
That don't
feel
make you
like
a bad person. That don't
well,
make you a
yeah,
bad
I mean,
person.
like I felt like I didn't really brick it. I feel like I hit it off the backboard. I didn't even hit rim.
Brick's a brick.
All right, Brian, for 200 points now. What team has never hosted an All-Star game?
I'm going to say the Washington Nationals.
No.
Damn.
No, in fact, they hosted an All-Star game in 2018. No, the answer is the Tampa Bay Rays.
I was gonna say Tampa Bay and I blew it. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, because I know
choked.
the D-backs did it. I know
Yep.
Colorado Rockies had one.
Yep.
All right. So here's where the tie turns, Dan. Now you can tie it up.
All right, Dan, for 200 points. In 2018's Home Run Derby, after defeating Freddie Freeman and Max Muncy to advance to the finals, what slugger was trailing a future teammate 18-9 with less than a minute remaining in the round before going on a tear, tying his opponent at the buzzer and winning the contest with a dinger in bonus time?
Oh God, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper's correct.
Yeah, I was like trying to think because it literally just happened to Kyle Schwarber with Jordan Walker hitting that walk-off, hitting 4 home runs in a row. That was sick. Absolutely sick. You got to tip your cap to him.
All right, Bri, New York City has hosted the most All-Star games, having done so 9 times. 9 times.
9
times.
But which franchise has hosted the most with 6?
I'll go back again and say the Yankees.
It was the Cleveland Guardians / Indians who've hosted the game in 35, 54, 63, 81, 1997, and as recent as 2019.
God.
Wow, why has the All-Star game been at Cleveland so many times?
Because they're one of the oldest teams.
They're one of the oldest teams, and plus they need the revenue, Daniel. They're not a marquee club like the Yankees.
Also, figure for a long time there were 2 All-Star games.
Yeah.
So for several decades there were 2 All-Star games. So there was more opportunity to have an All-Star game hosted, and Cleveland has been around for a long time. All right, Daniel. Next year, the 2027 All-Star game will be at Wrigley Field, which will be the 4th All-Star game hosted at Wrigley Field. making it the leader amongst active stadiums. Two other active stadiums have hosted 3. Fenway Park is one of them. Name the other.
Oh God.
I will tell you the first All-Star game hosted at this stadium was 1967.
Okay. 1967.
I just passed another kidney stone. Hurry up. Christ, we should have a time limit on this.
I am going to go with Busch Stadium.
No, Angel Stadium.
Oh,
Angel Stadium has hosted the
damn.
game 3 times in 67, 89, and 2010.
See, I would have
Yeah, I
thought
was
Dodger
thinking
Stadium in
Cardinals.
LA might have, since they've been out there as long.
Dodger Stadium has hosted twice in
Yeah.
1980 and 2022, and they hosted at what was the Los Angeles Coliseum before it was Dodger Stadium in the 50s.
But wasn't that the same site, though? So are you talking just naming rights then?
No, I'm talking about the active stadium. Like it's the stadium itself.
Okay.
The stadium
All right.
itself. It was a different stadium. They knocked it down. They built another one. And by the way, there's been how many Busch stadiums now? So,
They're all Busch
Yeah,
anyway. Who cares?
all right, these two are diabolical. I'm going to admit they're 300 points apiece. Brian, what pitcher was the oldest player to play in a major league all-star game at 47 years old?
That had to have been Satchel Paige.
That's correct.
Yeah!
300 points.
From way downtown, bang!
Satchel
Hammer.
Paige, representing the St. Louis Browns, pitched in the 1953 Midsummer Classic on July 14th, 1953, exactly 1 week after his 47th birthday. The oldest position player to appear in an All-Star game is Pete Rose, who grounded out as a pinch hitter in 1985 at the age of 44 years as a Cincinnati Red. All right, Dan, this one's also for 300 points. In 1934, what pitcher famously struck out 5 consecutive Hall of Famers? Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin.
Oh God.
This one's diabolical. You either know it or you don't.
Grover Cleveland. I don't know.
No, it's Hall of Fame pitcher Carl Hubble from the New York Giants.
Yeah, no clue.
For what it's worth, those guys would ultimately combine for more than 13,000 hits and 2,200 home runs in the majors.
And they all struck out.
But this guy
strike two,
struck him out.
you're out.
Right, yeah, this guy struck out all 5 of them in a row, and he
That's
made
right.
it to Cooperstown in 1947.
So
He did it better than Bugs Bunny, is what
Yeah,
you're telling
1,
us.
2, 3 strikes, you're out. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
Beautiful.
All right, at the end of round 1, Dan has 300 points. Brian is rocking 500 points, and
Yeah, you said rock.
is in the lead.
Stoned.
All right, so
I'm
let's
totally
do
stoned.
let's do the speed round like we did last year. Last year we did Yankees trivia and Phillies trivia, but this year, boys, I'm going to swap them. Brian's going to answer the Phillies trivia, and Dan's going to answer the Yankees trivia.
Ooh,
Well, I can't wait to answer Steve Jeltz for all of my answers.
Each question is worth 100 points, except for the last question, which is worth 200 points, and there will be 5 questions. 5 questions, boys. All right, we start with Brian. Brian, who is the Phillies single-season home run leader, having hit 58 home runs in 2006?
Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard is correct. What team did the Phillies beat to win their first World Series in 1980?
They beat the Kansas City Royals.
That is correct. Who is the last Philly to have their number retired by the ball club?
Bobby Abreu.
No, Bobby Abreu is not correct. Roy Halladay.
Yeah.
Holiday. Yeah,
Roy
yeah,
Halladay. What Philly holds the record for most stolen bases in a single season without getting caught?
Without getting caught.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Von Hayes.
Trey Turner holds the modern major league record for the most stolen bases in a single season without getting caught, going a perfect 30 for 30 in 2023.
Wow.
Interesting.
Turner broke the previous mark, which was set by Chase Utley, who successfully stole 23 bases without being caught for the Philadelphia Phillies in 2009. So the Silver Fox was Foxy in 2009.
See what he did there?
All right, last question for 200 points. Who is the last Philly to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame wearing a Phillies cap on his plaque in 2025? This one's tough. Dan, do you know this one?
No.
Yeah, this one's tough.
This has to be
Yeah, this has to be like a holdover.
a legacy.
Yeah, was this a legacy? Did they get in on votes or did they get in on a comedy? Are you allowed to tell me that?
This legendary slugger was elected by the.
I know.
classic-
Dick Allen.
Dick Allen is correct.
Yep.
Boom. Do you
Yep.
know, fun fact? Our grandmother used to have an old wooden bat in her basement, and it had Dick Allen inscribed in the barrel.
Hmm.
And the thing was heavy as anything. It was like a
Oh my,
36-ounce.
yeah.
Remember that bat, Dan? It was like a
It was
tree trunk.
enormous. Yeah.
Yeah. That was so cool.
All right,
All
Dan.
right.
Yankees trivia. Who did the Yankees face in their first World Series in 1921?
Oh God. No idea.
It was the New York Baseball Giants.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which Yankee was the first player in Major League Baseball history to win a batting title, Gold Glove, and World Series in the same year in 1998?
Derek Jeter.
It's Bernie Williams.
Oh,
Bernie Williams led the American League with a 339 batting average, secured his second Gold Glove, and of course helped the Yankees win their second of 4 World Series titles under manager Joe Torre.
I really hope, for the record, I hope Bernie gets into the Hall of Fame through a writer, not the writers committee, but was it the Legends Committee or whoever they are? The old
Yeah, the
fogies.
classic baseball era committee. Or
Classic
whatever.
era
The old
baseball
fogies committee.
The old fogies committee is what I
Old
call
fogies
it.
committee.
And in my day, we used to wear the ideal order about what's the sign of the times.
Question number 3. Who did Lou Gehrig replace at first base?
oh, Snikes. Yeah, I have no clue on any of these. So
Brian, do you have
I
a guess?
no, I have no guess.
Oh, you know what? I did. I was just reading about this too, like a couple weeks ago.
It's Wally Pipp. Wally
Yeah,
Pipp.
it's Wally Pipp. Yes, Wally Pipp.
On June 2nd, 1925, Pipp set out with a headache or the flu or whatever somebody was saying it was.
Kidney stones.
Kidney stones. Could have been.
Right? They didn't know what it was. It could be from the devil, I tell you.
All right, Dan, question number 4. Who hit the final home run at the old Yankee Stadium?
So all right, so now we're talking about
8. September 21st,
Yeah.
2008.
2008, and it was a Yankee.
Yes. He hit a home run in the 8th inning against Baltimore Orioles pitcher Chris Waters, which was the last home run to be hit at the old ballpark.
I'm going to go with A-Rod.
Jeter.
No, it was Jose Molina. Jose Molina.
Wow, that's
I never would've
really
gotten
tough.
that.
It never.
I never would've gotten that.
Absolutely not.
That was the last home run hit at the old Yankee Stadium. Of course, Babe Ruth hit the first home run
one.
in the history
Yeah.
of the original Yankee Stadium on April 18th, 1923, during the ballpark's opening game.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
house that Ruth built.
All right, Dan, I'm going to give, because this one's diabolical.
I feel
This
like
la-
all of these were diabolical. Are you
This,
kidding me?
this
They
last
are.
one's this last one's nearly impossible. So I'm going to up this.
Can you
I'm
give
gonna-
me like a multiple choice or something?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
up
know.
this. Yeah,
I'm
give
gonna-
a true false question.
I'm going to
Jesus.
give you 300 points if you get this one right.
Oh my God.
Who
I
is
feel
the
like we're kids again. Wait. Before you ask this question, I feel like we're kids again with our dad saying, let your brother win sometimes. Okay. You know, give him a soft pitch with that wiffle ball. All right. If you
You
hear a
are-
nip, you heard a nip.
You are
That's what I
currently
feel.
up by 600 points, so this would barely
I
put a dent in
don't
it.
care.
All right, here we go. Dan, who is the only person to be in uniform for all 3 Yankee perfect games?
So it's guy who suited up and was part of all 3 perfect games.
He was suited up for all 3 Yankees perfect games.
Was he a player or was he a coach too?
This gentleman was in uniform for all 3.
Joe
of these
Torre.
perfect- That's your final answer?
Joe Torre, yeah, absolutely.
You got a guess?
It's got to be Don Zimmer.
It's Don Zimmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was either Joe Torre
Yeah.
or Don Zimmer. So it was one of the two that I was like trying to think of. But I was like, it has to be a manager or it has to be a coach. So that was the reason why I asked. I was like, okay.
So do I
In
steal those
uniform.
points there,
No,
Spear?
you do. No, you do
I don't
not.
steal those points.
No, you do
All
not.
right.
No,
That's
you do
just for
not.
bragging rights. That's just
For
me,
bragging
like,
rights.
flex- You know, I've
No,
been.
I mean,
pump it up.
I'll tell you what, Spear. I mean, like that one
I'll
was
tell
a
you what.
little bit easier in comparison to the other ones.
The Jose Molina one?
Yeah,
See that, Spear?
Jose Molina.
He's telling you, Spear, how to run your game. All right.
That's
I'm
why
not
he's
telling him.
losing.
I'm not telling him how to run his
Hey,
game.
look, this one-
I will lose with, with
Dignity
my head
and
up
grace.
high.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good job by
Grace
you.
and dignity. Listen, nobody taught you how to be that way. Let's keep rolling here.
All right, last round of trivia. As we go into round 3, Dan, you are down by 600 points. Brian is up 900 to 300. But
Mhm.
this is Mets trivia, and
So we're
because
not going to get any of these right.
because the two of you decided to bring that old lady into the conversation.
Hey, she's not old. She's young at heart.
Yes.
Each of these is worth 100 points apiece, but I will subtract 100 points for wrong answers. You may pass if you do not know it, but hubris will be punished. And oh, by the way, there are 10 questions in this final round. And the first question goes to Brian. What pitcher threw his glove up in jubilation? Threw it right up into the air in jubilation, having struck out Marty Barrett to end Game 7 of the 1986 World Series and win it for the Mets.
Jesse Orosco.
Jesse Orosco is correct.
100 points.
100
Nine more to go.
Dan, which player was named as the first team captain in Mets history in 1987?
I'm going to have to go with Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez is correct. Fun fact, Keith Hernandez started sharing captain duties when Gary Carter was named co-captain in 1988.
Nice game, pretty boy.
That is one magic loogie.
All right, Brian, what pitcher finally ended the no-hitter curse, throwing one for the Mets on June 1st, 2012 against the St. Louis Cardinals?
Which pitcher threw a no-hitter for the Mets against the Cardinals in
It was the
2012?
first no-hitter in Mets history.
No-hitter in Mets history.
It was actually the only no-hitter in Mets history.
Wow.
I thought, yeah, this tell you how good I am at this kind of trivia. I thought for sure that Dwight Gooden threw a no-hitter.
And I thought Tom Seaver would have thrown a no-hitter too.
Nope.
I'm going to pass.
Pass to Dan.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, like, is this a marquee pitcher or is this like someone that's like, oh, I got a
Why
perfect
are you
game?
cannot ask these like questions, dude? Just say I know or I don't know.
It's a name.
I mean-
it's a name you know.
It's a name I know.
God, why don't you go up to the front of the room and ask the teacher if you're thinking about the
You're
right
damn
thing?
right.
on this
Yeah,
test?
yeah, I am. I'm
What
going to
am
ask
I
the
thinking about the
teacher.
right thing about this or this one? Stop it. Be a man. Answer the question. Move on.
I mean,
Move
like,
on.
the only person that I'm like thinking of is Jacob deGrom, but I don't think Jacob deGrom.
No, it was
But-
not on the staff in 2012.
Yeah, because I think he started what in 2015 or something.
Oh, was-
God.
Yeah.
Pitter patter.
Player pass, Dan.
Pass. I'm going to pass. I don't know.
Pass. The answer is Johan Santana.
I
Oh,
thought it
really?
was Johan. I was thinking of
Wow.
him too because he came over from Minnesota.
I forgot
Oh,
that he was on the Mets.
That's right.
Johan
forgot he
Santana. I
was-
told you it was a name you knew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
All right.
definitely a
I did
name
not
I
lie.
know. But
There you go. All right, let's move along.
All right, Dan. What knuckleballer won the Cy Young? What knuckleballer won the Cy Young while pitching for the Mets during that very same 2020?
R.A. Dickey.
R.A. Dickey. That 2020. I can't say it.
Blah, 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 blah.
2012 season. R.A. Dickey is correct.
I mean, that's an easy one because I'm like, how
Yeah.
many knuckleballers are there, right?
Yep. All right, next question.
The next question, Brian, what two Mets players won back-to-back Rookie of the Year awards in 1983 and 1984?
God. I don't
Oh
know that.
God.
This one should be easy. If you can think of the two biggest stars on the Mets in the 80s,
Yeah. Then I'm going to go Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden.
that's correct.
There we go. Boom.
All right. You know what, Dan? I think the game may be out of reach for you
Yeah.
now, but we'll keep playing it anyway.
Yeah, just keep it going, man.
Dan, Mets fans lost their minds when Lenny Dykstra and Roger McDowell were traded to the Phillies for what player in a midseason trade in 1989?
Oh God. Von Hayes.
No, Juan Samuel. And if you asked me this question,
I'm
I would have,
yeah, I'm not really
I would
sure.
have gotten it immediately, and then I would have cursed at all of you because I hated this trade. By the way,
Juan Samuel.
Juan Samuel, who went on to hit 235 that season, would be traded to the Dodgers for Mike Marshall, who would hit 239 in 53 games for the Mets before being traded to Boston. Lenny Dykstra went on to be all-world for the Phillies, and the Mets gonna Mets. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right, Brian. What supplemental first-round selection?
Pass.
Yeah, I'll take the points. Who cares? I'll just answer. Who cares?
All
Who
right.
gives a crap?
What supplemental first round selection of the 2001 draft made his Major League Baseball debut at third base for the Mets on July 21st, 2004?
David Wright.
I know
David Wright is correct.
I knew the answer, but out of principle, I didn't want to say his name because.
Well, I mean that's a layup because David Wright is, highly decorated Met, and like it's just a darn shame that he had
Had kidney
issues. Well,
stones.
yeah,
No,
well,
it was
no, no,
spinal
yeah, his back
stenosis.
issues.
What do you
Yeah.
think caused the spinal stenosis? It was those damn kidney stones.
Kidney stones are the root of all evil, clearly. Dan, what former Yankee managed the Mets to the 1973 National League pennant?
Yeah, I mean, like the only people that like I can think of for like those guys. So you're
Oh my God, I
like
should have packed a lunch for this.
I'm either thinking of Bobby Valentine did like the 80s and the 90s.
Oh my God.
I
Answer the question. This is worse than a kidney stone. Hurry up.
yeah, I don't know.
I think I know.
Wait, so you're passing, Dan?
No. Are you
Can you give me
passing?
like can you give me hey,
No,
can I
I
ask
forgot I
a
said anything. He just
question?
said he didn't know. He
Can I
gave
a-
up. He
what
relinquished
position?
his right.
What position
He
did he play? Can you give
relinquished
me
his right to answer the question
no,
by saying, I don't know.
I didn't say pass. I never said
You
that. I
said,
didn't say
I don't know,
yeah, I
which
don't
means you
know.
didn't pass,
I
but
did
you
not
just said I
pass
wasn't going to
yet.
answer the question, so you weren't going to. That
Can
was
you give me
clear.
a
All right, all
rule?
right, all right. To your corners, to both of you.
Can you give
All
me a
right.
position at least? Come on.
It would 100% give it away.
I know who it
Oh, it
is.
would give
I
it
know who it
away
is.
then.
I know who
Okay.
it is.
It has Yogi Berra.
It's Yogi Berra.
It's Yogi Berra. Jesus Christ.
Here's another manager question.
Oh.
The first number retired by the Mets was number 37 for their first manager, Brian. Who was he?
Pass.
So it's the first manager
It
that
was
got
their
his number retired?
Yeah, it was their very first manager. Very first manager. He went by the nickname the Old Professor.
Oh, Stengel?
Casey Stengel is 1,000% correct.
Well, thank
All
you
right.
for the professor. I mean,
You're welcome.
yeah.
The Old
Keep going.
Professor who wore number 37 for
Yeah.
both the Mets and the Yankees. All
Yeah.
right.
If you didn't give me
All right.
that hint right there, I had no freaking clue.
All right.
All
This,
right.
this
So-
last question is worth 500 points.
What,
Because-
since when?
Can I get there?
He's making
Oh
this
my
up.
God, I can get there.
I didn't know it was 500 points at the end. Did you
This
say that at
last,
the beginning?
this no, I'm making it up as I go along.
No, you're making it as you go along, you piece of
Because hubris-
absolute basura.
Hubris
You know
will
what?
be punished. I said at the beginning of the round.
Hubris. Wasn't hubris.
you
I
passed.
honestly didn't know
You
the answer.
passed. So hubris
Yeah,
will be punished.
Please, do
And
me a
now
favor.
this
Do
is
me a
my
favor.
turn.
When you ask Daniel this question, please ask him what is the name of the stadium that the Mets play in today. All right, just get it over with. God Almighty.
All right, Dan, for 500 points. It is widely known that the Mets beat the mighty Baltimore Orioles to win the 1969 World Series. But what team did they beat in 3 games in the National League Championship Series that year?
God, are there any hints?
No, there's
Not
no
with
hints.
500
No,
points on
no.
the line.
No hints.
God. Why don't you beg a little bit more?
Well, I mean, like I gotta ask the question. So I mean, like,
I could ask the question with a question. That's you. That's how you sound. Answer the damn question if you can. 500 points.
all right, I'm just gonna stick with the Eastern Division. I'm just gonna say Braves.
The Braves is correct. They were led. They were led that year by Hammerin' Hank Aaron.
Oh my God, that's insane. That was just right off. I was like, I don't even know. I'm like, it's either
No, yeah, because he typed it
positive
out.
or
Keep going.
negative.
Keep going. Keep going. All right. So that's 500 points to Dan.
So I won.
I wonder
No,
if
well-
Dan.
Wait. Don't I get a question or that's the last
That was the
question?
last question. You,
So wait, do I get to answer or he gets to answer?
I get
That
the
was it.
last
He
piece
answered
of
it.
Papa's.
he won. That's it.
I'm bouncing both of you from this room right as we speak. There's going to be no outro. There's going to be no like, hey, come see us on these like Spotify's and these TikToks. No, you can all eat a bag of it. You know what? And I hope that last slice of pizza, Dan, goes down and gives you the worst kidney stone possible. Because as I said before, this thing is always rigged. Why is the spirit answering questions? Why am I not the quiz master? This is garbage. The whole thing is garbage. I make it up as I go along. I'm going to ask a question about this and make it for 500 points. Humorous will be punished. Eat a bag of Richards. All of them. All the
Hey,
Ricardos, Spear.
I feel like the big hammer is breaking down right now.
I'm not breaking down.
man.
I'm just, I know, Dan. I said this before. I said this before that
Dude, that was a
you're
shot in the
carny.
dark. All I
You're an
thought was, I was
absolute
like, I'm
carny
trying to,
walking down the midway holding a balloon in one hand and cotton candy in the other. That's
yeah.
you every day and twice on Sundays. You understand me?
See, Dan, it was worth it to do this just to get this out of him. This
Yeah,
is
I like.
the whole
I'm
reason
happy
to
that
do
I'm in
this.
All
like.
right.
You know what?
Wrap this
That
up.
was a shot
Wrap
in the
it
dark,
up.
and I
It was
love
a
it.
shot in the
I
dark.
love
Yeah,
it.
of course you love it. Let's
Oh
just
my God.
wrap this up.
Dan, you enjoy that last piece of Papa's pizza.
You
You
damn right I
enjoy it.
will.
You enjoy it. And I hope that
Slap
every
it right out of
single
your hands. You'll slap it right on your hands onto the ground, just like you did that rogue foul ball at Little League that time, and you cried and said, "I need a new free soda because my brother knocked it out of my hand."
So we hope that you're not dropping any food and no food is getting slapped out of your hands while you're listening to every single episode of the Three Tool Players podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube's. You can also follow us at Three Tool Players on both the Instagrams and the TikToks. And you got to mash those like and subscribe buttons. Mash them, like them, subscribe them, all of that. And leave us 5-star reviews so that Brian's ego can recover from the beating he just took again in All-Star Trivia.
That was a Jordan Walker type of walk-off type of feel, right,
Attaboy.
guys?
Attaboy.
Right?
And
Attaboy.
I just sat there like dumb Kyle Schwarber watching it slip from my fingers. Ugh.
For Brian and Dan Hammer, I'm Chris Spear. We thank you for listening to this episode of Three Tool Players.
Kidney stones.